Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Low with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I'm good. I actually went out last night. It was the first time I stayed out past 11 p.m. in a
Really?
month. I've been so disciplined. Last night was a little bit of a party, but
If,
ready to
if
go
you
this
don't
morning.
if you don't know Tone, and probably everybody watching knows Tone, Tone can drink like a fish, and the next morning he's totally fine. He never gets drunk. He gets good, but he can just stay there all night, and the next morning he's totally fine. It's bizarre for someone with such a small frame to do that, But anyway, we're gonna mix it up. You are gonna go first tonight. How about
Yeah.
that?
Let me jump in. This way, in case there are technical issues like yesterday, we could
Sure.
end the show on the earlier side. All right, I keep forgetting. I am going back to travel. Actually, I'm going to skip Colombia. I'm just going to stay in Panama until I get to El Salvador. And then after El Salvador, I'll be in Honduras. I know the flags look almost identical, but BitChill will be in Honduras on Roatan. You can click on these links if you want to join me for a week. It's a little bit of a retreat. There'll be diving. There'll be some basically showing people around the island of Roatan. And in El Salvador, I'll be at this health event. I actually have to buy my ticket. I'm not a speaker, but I will be a speaker at Bitcoin Historico. And I will be hosting a poker table at Adopting Bitcoin. So I'll be hosting the cash game table for 2 days. I'm not going to be a speaker at Adopting, but I'll be there. You'll find me managing one of the poker tables so we can have fun. So come down to El Salvador or Roatan after. I'll be in the U.S. for Thanksgiving and then in Mexico for the Mayan Bitcoin Conference. And after the Mayan Bitcoin Conference, we may do a little health and wellness retreat in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, which is just, right in that same vicinity of the Yucatan. All right, so announcements out the way. Let's go to the chart. The monthly chart is not looking great, but it's in consolidation. And on a longer-term scale, consolidation is a good thing. Consolidations at the top lead to breakouts to new highs. So we are still fairly at the calendar twice. Okay, I don't need it twice. Fairly okay. The weekly chart, doesn't look good, but again, doesn't look terrible. The weekly chart is still looking like it's a consolidation at the top. As long as the weekly chart stays above 105, we are okay. We have another moving average. We have prior horizontal support. So everything is still consolidating, even on a weekly scale. The MRI is flip-flopping back and forth like a fish. So that is not useful for any trading. The daily chart. Yesterday, I said that I am expecting us to rebound from the 110 area. We did go a little bit below that, and we're sitting a little below that now. At the same time, I also said that based on the expectation of what the Fed is supposed to do, plus the fact that stock markets are at an all-time high, the probability of a market disappointment with the Fed. I'm assuming the Fed lowered the interest rate by 25 basis points, right? Otherwise, the markets would be down 10% today, right? I didn't even check. I'm assuming the Fed lowered the rate. Can chat confirm that the Fed lowered the rate? I mean, the market told me that the Fed lowered the rate, but it's dropped the market a little bit. So I'm assuming they did. Because the market didn't really move. It moved down a smidge. So that tells me that the Fed did what they were supposed to do. But because the markets were already at an all-time high, there wasn't really any reason for the markets to rally more. Yeah, it did exactly what the chart told me happened on the Fed call. It was just a really busy day yesterday. So I did expect that, and I did say that. So when the Fed lowers the rate, it'll be the expectation, and therefore said December rate cut not in the cards. Well, okay, they said December rate cut is not in the cards, but the market expects a December rate cut at 72% versus 27%. So the market doesn't believe the Fed that the rate cut in December is not in the cards. That is interesting, okay? That is interesting. And QE ending in December, QT ending in December. Okay, so QT ending in December, that's a good sign for the market to rally in the future. And it looks like the market is still expecting the Fed to cut. That is also, I think, interesting. So based on that, it's not surprising that Bitcoin took one more leg down. Again, this is not crazy concerning to me. We are getting within sniffing distance of 106, and I don't like double bottoms. We are currently below this trend line. I can, fudge this trend line a little bit, lower to our advantage. I am still expecting this to rally later today. I am expecting this candle to mark the low, and I am expecting us to rally a little bit tomorrow, consolidate on the weekend, and rise next week. This is my expectation. Doesn't mean that the market is going to do what Tone Vays tells the market to do. Therefore, if the market does the opposite of what I expect and does go to 106, I'm going to have to reevaluate everything and consider one more leg down before eventual rise in the market. We'll look at the stock market in a second now that it's been trading. The hourly chart looks very weak, but we have a 10 a.m. reversal happening right now. So I think there is a chance that this is the buy the dip. Like 40 minutes ago was the buy the dip for this daily 1 to 4 candle pullback. That's how I would be treating it right now, as a dip. No reason to look at the cycle. No reason to look at the cycle. Bitcoin dominance is rising. That's a good sign. I believe gold has topped. Talked about this ad nauseum. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart is, daily chart's coming up on an MRI buy. That should rally us a smidge. Looks like this might be the throwback before the big drop. Silver also coming up on an MRI buy, which might miss actually. It will be very challenging for the silver to get an MRI buy because, and there goes the warning candle. There goes the warning candle coming back because it's changing versus the closing of this candle on October 24th. So I think this is the throwback, and we're not going to hit our MRI buy, but that before the big drop. This is gold silver ratio. I'm not going to talk about that. This is oil, not interesting. S&P 500, there is the rally in the S&P. Well, let's go to the 10-minute chart. Let's see if this was a 10 a.m. reversal situation on our hands. This looks like market open. No, we have market open. We reversed to the downside at 10 a.m. Here is the 10 a.m. candle. 10 a.m. candle marked the peak. Let's go to the 5-minute candle. This is the 550, 555. Here's the 10 a.m. candle. Marks the top. Very difficult candle to trade because the prior candle was a down candle. This would have been a very hard 10 a.m. reversal for me personally to execute. The 10 a.m. reversal to the downside, I believe, has ended. The moment this chart starts to close this gap, I think the S&P is going to rally to new highs and Bitcoin will rally along with it. I think, this is looking like a classic, let's absorb the data from the Fed. Let's slow our horses off of the daily MRI top and extension C for a double whammy. On a weekly scale, we had an MRI top already. We did the consolidation. We are rallying up with a green star candle. Just look at the prior 2 green star candles on the weekly. I don't see why it should be different this time. And we're just holding off with a daily MRI top and a minor pullback. Very likely the low is in on the S&P, and very likely the low is in on Bitcoin as of 40 minutes ago. All right, on that note, I am done. Matt, I'm going to hand it off to you, coming back to the studio.
You know, I've been going first for like a year. It's a real trip. I think I can get influenced very easily by you, Tone Vase, because you're my hero. So let's before I go any further, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, do all the things, the good things that help old Tony and me out. I'm gonna go into the charts right now. This is gonna be a bit different from me because I'm not just looking at it with fresh eyes. Look, I'm gonna start. Oh, and I wanted you at the very end of the show, I want you to have a look at the monthly for me because tomorrow is the start of the new month. Is that right? No, tomorrow's the 31st, right? Tomorrow's Halloween. So we'll do that tomorrow's show. I hate the 4 hour. Fucking hate the 4 hour. I said that 106 is bad, real bad. If the S&P 500 recovers from here, from your 10 a.m., this is one of those shows where it's like it comes down to the hours. This is so critical for me that we don't cross 106 or whatever, 106, whatever. This vicinity. I should make it a box. It's more rather than a line. The line is just arbitrary. I don't want us to get below that black line, right? Really don't like it at all. So let's put in a higher low on the 4 hour here and maintain that structure. Otherwise, I think it's good night, Irene, on Bitcoin. I'm serious. I don't like this rally that we had, which I called the rally, right? I said, let's go long here, go long, blah, 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 blah. We put in a high low. I said, this is a long. I said, I loved that we had rallied all the way to the moving averages. And I said on the first attempt that we did, we hit the 50 and the 30. We dropped back down, put in a clear higher low. I said I think the second attempt is going to bang through those moving averages, and it's looking really good. All right, but we didn't. So you can say I was wrong. Fine, it doesn't matter. But we came back to my moving averages on Alpha Numerics to the dollar, and were rejected. This is bad. This is bad, real bad. We lose 106. I think we've got downside. In fact, I would short the shit out of Bitcoin if we cross 106 on the daily time frame. There's no question about it. Weekly time frame. I was very impressed. Last week, I said when we were up at that black line at 115. I said I can definitely see us throw back to the 30 simple moving average. Go back and check it. I even posted on Twitter. I thought that a fair play to come back and retest the 30 simple moving average was on the cards, and we've done that. But we can't exceed. And open and close this candle below the 30 simple. Otherwise, we go straight back to being at 103 at the zone of the 50 simple moving average as being sensationally critical to maintain the bull market is the 50 simple moving average. I do not want to lose the 50 simple moving average. I don't even want to close this weekly candle with 3.5 days left below the 30 simple moving average. I don't want to flirt with it. This is the zone that I'm very scared of, because I'm not buying the dip here, because a few $1,000s more and then a few more $1,000s more, and I think it's all done for this cycle. And a few $1,000s higher, I think we're looking fantastic going into the end of the year. So this is not a play for me. This is just, let's just have a look. I would rather buy at 115 than I would at 108. Every single day of the week, I would rather buy at 115 with 10x leverage than I would spot at 108. I'm sorry. We'll go to the monthly tomorrow, because tomorrow's monthly chart is in the end. We are bang on the 7 simple moving average. Do we want to open the candle below the 7 simple moving average? Hell no. I mean, we've done it a few times. It's been fine. Maybe the 7 isn't that valuable on this time frame. But I do not want to come all the way back down to 70 it's been great. The 7 Simple has been in that vicinity of being support, but this is toppy here. Let's have a look at some of the oscillators on the monthly, see if there's anything we can draw from it. Not particularly here. The EXA is crossed bearish. Look at the MACD on the weekly. Man, this has been. I mean, if you bought on the cross of the bullish cross on the MACD and you sold, it's rounding down. Let's not have this turn into a catastrophe where we cross this bearish and the volume starts to go red on the MACD on the monthly for Bitcoin, because we'll talk about that if it and when it happens. But I'll come back to you on the studio, Tone. Did you throw up see any questions going through the chat while I was bagging on Bitcoin?
Yeah, let me jump back into the charts. By the way,
no one ever likes when I talk bearish on Bitcoin. I can talk bullish. I don't see it,
I think that the budget for like the 2026 budget is gonna. What's this 2025 number? Sorry, I need the budget. I do need to update the bond stuff. The budget for 2025 is going to be out, I believe, on November 1st. They're going to release it. That's when the fiscal year ends. Government has started to use Excel charts, so now it's very easy for me to update the data. So I'm really curious how this looks for 2025. Just kind of reminding myself by letting you guys know. There was a Discord request to look at a couple of stocks, so I'm going to go and do that. Ethereum is still going down here versus Bitcoin, but an MRI buy is coming soon. That will be interesting to see. Normally, an MRI buy in this vicinity is something that could take an asset to new highs, but because it's Ethereum and I know what garbage it is, I'm not going to make that assumption. Google was requested. Whoa.
Crikey.
We have a weekly extension C, but a green star candle. So the MRI is in a little bit of conflict. Google is, holy shit. I had no idea Google was rallying this much. I don't know. Maybe some more government contracts. I have no idea. This is like, it's like they're printing money. See, look at this. MRI top into an MRI bottom. MRI top again, breaking the MRI resistance line. Green star candle, up we go. And we broke the count. And now we have a new green star candle. Extension C has ended from this MRI top, but extension B and A are still going up. So Google has room on the
room, yeah.
Wow, plenty of room. Daily has plenty of room as well, at least into end of next week for a daily MRI top. Google is looking very good. What about Nvidia daily? I should look at Google on the monthly as well. Nvidia is looking great. Look at this, new all-time high. I'm always going to be bullish at a new all-time high unless it's an exponential rise, which this is not. And, well, maybe a little bit, but still got room. Obviously, a little pullback at one exponential on a daily scale. On a weekly scale, it still looks decent. Plenty of room. All the extensions, extension A has ended. Extensions are coming from this MRI top. You had a second consecutive MRI top, pulled us back for 4 candles. Green star candle, up we go. Still several weeks of upside based on MRI. And on a monthly scale, we got multiple months of upside to go. I should probably delete these annotations. I don't even remember why they're there because they're old.
Tesla and Meta is too. Bring those up if you get a chance. So people have asked for them.
Yeah, so monthly scale, Nvidia looks great, and Google looks very good as well on a monthly scale. Look at that. Still got plenty of room. Tesla. Tesla is lagging a bit. Here's the monthly on Tesla, but that's a beautiful cup and handle.
Looks good.
And man, Tesla can really, really, really rally.
Yeah.
On a weekly scale, looking great, consolidating at the top, MRI top, consolidation, breaks the MRI resistance line, double top,
Love
Just
it.
needs a green star candle. Wow, this looks like it's ready to rally.
Sure does. Sure does. And Meta?
Beautiful chart. Beautiful chart on Tesla.
I think we should almost be in the stock market right now.
And
Just
sorry, what was the other stock besides
Meta.
Tesla?
META. Meta.
Earnings? What happened? They fuck up? Earnings. Okay. There goes earnings.
Is that Meta?
Yeah. Meta is down 12% today on earnings. Earnings came 2 days after a daily MRI top.
What's that time frame? Sorry, Tone. I can't see because there's stuff blocking it on my end.
Oh, daily. This is the daily.
All right. Green diamond there. It's interesting.
Yeah. That's a big crash. MRI top should have gotten you out, and earnings should have gotten you out, unless you have some kind of intuition on which way earnings is going to go, or you have a strategy that is earnings neutral, like I used to have. That was my number one way of trading back in the day. And so you have to wait and see. With the whole stock market rising, I don't think this is a big deal. I think it'll recover, but I wouldn't go long today. I would wait for a little bit of a recovery. And I hate Microsoft, but the chart, it's not as good as Tesla's chart, but it's also a bullish chart on a weekly and monthly. All right, I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, agreed.
Let me get on a screen share. Well, one more show. Here's my calendar, guys. I will keep my calendar updated. This is the wrong month. We're in November. Oh, let's refresh. Let's go November. Oh man! All right, I gotta reopen my calendar. That's okay.
You might be wondering why Tone's showing his calendar. It's not to show off his travel. He's saying to you right now, dear listeners, if you're in these places, shout out. Tone's a hoot to hang out with. By mistake, and he'll talk your ear off. He's fantastic. He's exactly the same in real life as he is right now on this show. There's no caveat whatsoever.
Yeah. This is the reason for the calendar, because there's links to the events I will be speaking at or attending. Or at BitChill, I'll be a tour guide. Like if you go to the link, I'm literally going to be a tour guide for a week. My little side job. We all need money in Bitcoin bear markets. And if you go here and you go to the main site, Bitcoin District Roatan, once the page reloads, you'll literally see me here as a district guide. There I am. All right. So you can find me in Roatan for the week, and I'll be in Roatan the entire month of January. This is one of the most beautiful resorts in the world right here, and I'll be staying in one of these villas all of January, and you'll find me in this building right here the week in November, right? So this week of November, you will find me I have an apartment rented in this building. It's really cool. All right. On this note, we're gonna close out. I'll be grilling on the rooftops. So come and hang at my barbecue.
There he is. There it is. Great message from Gravy here. Gravy, thanks, man. Once again, thanks for coming to see me in Denver. That was an absolute ball. Your sister was lovely too. All right, boys and girls, that's the end of the show for today. I don't want to be as pessimistic as I am. I want to be the wrongest person in Bitcoin, and tomorrow we're at 115 and above, and I'm all ears on the bullish. I'm all down for the bullish cycle. Let's do that. Let's not lose 106. Let's go to above 115. We need all of you to buy it up. All right, Tone. Good evening, mate. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Sounds good. Later.